When you first start playing, your first thought is probably, oh, it's probably just another boring fishing game. Until you realize that the atmosphere here completely destroys that assumption. Fishing itself is just a way to earn money, upgrade your boat, and keep moving forward. Until you catch a very strange fish. A dead fish. Sure, it was different, but maybe it was just a rare catch. Then the quest appeared. It called it a grotesque fish and told me to show it to the fishmonger. And I just sat there thinking, wait, what's wrong with this fish? At that moment, the boring fishing routine suddenly turns into an investigation. You want to know what's happening. Nobody really knows. And honestly, isn't that enough of a challenge? The fishing itself isn't the reason I'm here. It's simple, accessible, and easy to understand. I'm not even interested in collecting every fish in the game. I'm interested in catching the strange ones. The people here are interesting too. Everyone seems tired, distrustful, a little broken. But they share information, they lend you books, they tell stories. And most importantly, nobody feels out of place. There are no obvious good guys or bad guys. Everyone is simply doing their job. And I really like that. My first trip at night? The game literally warns you. Get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. And I listened. I returned to the harbor at 8 in the evening because I genuinely believe those warnings. There is something in that fog. Something mysterious. Something terrifying. The first eye. The game tells you. Exposure to fog and other things increases your panic. Other things? What other things? Then an eye appears. Small eyes emerge from the darkness. They watch you. And even though you know it's technically just your character panicking, you can't help being scared. And when you stay awake too long, your pupil turns red even while standing safely in the harbor. The screen starts distorting. Everything feels wrong. That's when you realize you actually need to care about your fisherman, about how difficult these nights are for him, about how much these strange things affect him. Sometimes he simply needs to sleep. And honestly, so do you. I can feel the stakes. After an hour, I still hadn't traveled far from the starting area. No, I don't feel ready. I need money. I need boat upgrades. I need to prepare. Because I want to explore these mysteries without dying. I understand my risks. And that makes me incredibly curious about the rest of the map. Night is honestly the best part of this game. You can't see what's ahead. You have a lantern, but even with it, you can still crash into rocks. And I did. Oh, for God's sake. Your bow gets damaged and feels awful, but it also feels realistic. You're not in control. The ocean is. You're trapped in dangerous conditions, and your only guide is the lighthouse pointing you back home. It's scary. It's dangerous. And I love that feeling. Panic. Eyes watching from the darkness. The giant eye above your screen screaming that something is wrong. This is how your character feels. Someone who can't see the rocks ahead. Someone who constantly hears people saying that strange things are happening. Eventually, you start listening to your character's fear. You return to the harbor. You sleep. Because honestly, you start feeling anxious too. I became completely immersed. I was genuinely afraid to go fishing at night. I kept thinking, something is about to happen. Something I'm not ready for. The lantern flickers. Something splashes in the water. Something moves in the darkness. I'm scared, okay? And when I finally dock at the harbor, I can breathe again. But then, a boat starts following you. The sounds of its horn, the feeling of being hunted. It sees you, and you run, because you know you are not welcome here. You don't want to know what happens if it catches you. Even if you turn off your lantern, it still follows you. So you sail toward the harbor, and only then does it leave. But what is it? Is someone controlling that boat? Is it moving by itself? Why is it following us? Or are these just hallucinations? I genuinely want to keep playing Dredge, because it left me with questions. It left me wanting answers. Why are the fish dead? What happened to the previous fisherman? Who wrote those messages in bottles? And what exactly was that boat? Because Dredge isn't really about fishing. It's about being afraid of what waits for you in the fog.